Hi everyone, and welcome to week 1, which has to do with human behavior and organizational structure. The way that I'm going to try and do these weekly videos is to review a bit about what the weekly competencies are, and then review what the discussion question and the assignment will be. We'll talk a little bit about any explanations of the assignment or any tips that I can give you. And we will also, I'll have some review of material that is important from readings. And then sometimes I'll have a little bit extra to add about something else that might be prominent in the news or prominent in medicine or nursing at the time. So what skills do I need to succeed this week? Our competencies this week include applying theories and concepts of human behavior in the analysis of an organizational system structure and culture. And the student competencies are to explore the influence of gender in how a person may view power, differentiate among different types of power and the resulting effects on human behavior, explain how the structure of an organization can facilitate or impede progress, and to describe strategies that the leader or manager can use to develop an optimal organizational culture. The readings are really good this week. Chapter 12, Organizational Structure, and Chapter 13, Organizational, Political, and Personal Power, will be really very helpful for both the discussion and the assignment. And then the readings that are on Canvas, The Power of Professional Nursing Practice, that's a good article on power. And then I also put in there another chapter on power, politics, and possibilities. So this little girl here with her Future is Female t-shirt on, she looks very brave and strong. Our question in our weekly discussion this week has to do with that. It says, power is an essential component of leadership and management. What do you think? Do you think that gender affects a person's opinion about power? And I want you to expound on your reply. Part of this, when you're thinking about this, is to think back a little bit about how you were brought up. Who do you feel was the most powerful in your family while growing up, and why? Was it a dad? Was it a mom? Was it a grandparent? We all come from different backgrounds. But this will help us kind of think about what our thoughts are about gender and power in the workplace. So the second part of the discussion question says, effective nurse leaders use power to affect change in healthcare settings. There are several types of power. Differentiate among the various types of power and how they affect human behavior. So that chapter 13 has a lot of information on power. It's quite interesting. These types of power, reward, coercive, legitimate, expert, referent, charismatic, and informational, are explained quite well with examples of each and are perfect for using during your discussion question. Our weekly assignment paper has a little bit more to do with organizations and their structure. Organizational structure refers to the way in which a group is formed, its lines of communication, and its means for channeling authority. Describe the difference between formal and informal structures. I want you to know that every organization has a formal and informal structure. The formal structure is generally that highly planned and visible structure with titles and names. The informal structure is unplanned and often hidden and usually referred to as something like the grapevine. The question goes on to ask us to explain how the structure of an organization facilitates or impedes that organization's progress, and discuss 3 strategies the leader and manager can use to develop an optimal organizational culture. Again, in our textbook, there is a wonderful description of these types of organizational structural patterns and examples of each. One question I'm going to ask you, are you aware of the current organizational structure of your facility? Also, do you sit on any councils or committees at your facility? And if you do you feel that your voice is heard as a result of membership on this council or committee? Do you feel that your council has any power? So we can see here in this model that there are a lot of different kinds of councils that nurses can sit on. And each one of these, quality, practice, research, education, can have breakout groups to be unit-based. So think about the last couple of meetings that you had, and if some of the problems or issues that were brought up, were they brought any further, and did it really make a difference? And no matter whether you are currently a staff nurse, a manager, a director, how empowered do you feel on a daily basis at work in your particular role? And then lastly, from our last chapter reading from this week, what patient care delivery model is used at your facility? Do you know what it is, or do you think that it's a mix of a few of the different kinds that we read about? Which model do you think would be most effective for your place of work, and do you think it would be feasible? Have a good week, ladies, and as always, email me with any questions or concerns, and I'll see you in discussions. Bye.